What's up, and welcome to Unspoken Conversations. I'm James Crow, and here we talk about issues and situations that are in plain sight. Things that people hate to talk about, but it needs to be said, from relationships, families, friends, and life. Our goal is to shed light and understanding so that just maybe we can start to rebuild relationships, families, and ultimately, our communities. What's up, guys, and welcome back. In this episode, I want to talk about this video that I saw. This little girl bullying this little boy. And this little boy's dad shows up. And this little girl continues to bully this little boy right in front of the dad. And this dad slaps the hell out of this little girl. Now, I've seen people attack this man for what he did. And I've also people attack this little girl. Like, she should have this, and her mama should have this, and that's what she getting. I'm gonna say my piece. What I think is, if your parents know what type of kid you are, if your parents know that you got some troubles in some certain areas, and they allow you to leave the house like that, then they didn't tell you the whole story. If this kid has problems and this kid is willing to put their hands on somebody else's kid, then you need to understand very well what you get. You must have had it coming to you. Here's my point. I do not condone people putting their hands on somebody else's kid. I say I don't condone it, but at the same time I do condone it. Do with that information as you will. My point is, some of these kids need to be checked. Some of these kids need to be stopped. If your parents ain't gonna teach you, the world or somebody else's parents gonna teach them. Now that may be a little shitty thing to say, but you gotta understand, your kid's not exempt to this world teaching them a lesson. So that little girl, in my opinion, when that dad slapped her ass, and there's been people that say he uppercut her. He didn't uppercut her, he slapped her. If you slow the tape down, if you slow it down and you actually look at it, he slapped her. My opinion is that man was within right. Now, could he have hit her softer? He could have. But I know he also could have hit her harder. And I'm not saying I'm glad he did, but I understand what he did.
Son, you can't say. You can't say that one to my son, okay?
Okay, bye-bye. Yo! Call the cops right now! Call the cops right now!
I completely understand, because if somebody was putting their hands, if a clearly the little boy, for one, was younger than the girl. He was even smaller than the girl. So when that dad put his hands on that girl, one hand, he didn't attack her, he just slapped her. When that dad slapped that little girl, in my mind, I'm thinking, it wouldn't have happened if her parents would have raised her right. It wouldn't have happened if her grandparents would have raised her right. It wouldn't have happened if her aunt or uncle, brother or sister, would have raised her right, because the parents ain't around, or the grandparents aren't around, or step parents aren't around. Somebody should have been teaching this little girl, you put your hands on somebody, they're going to put their hands on you. You better watch that shit. Somebody should have been telling her, but clearly that's not the case. Clearly that didn't happen. So what happened? This little girl got her face slapped, and because she put her hands on somebody else. My opinion is the world needs more people to get some hands put on them. As bad as that sounds, my point is you cannot go around putting your hands on people and expect people to not put their hands back on you. You might put your hands on this person, but this person over here may counter and knock the socks off you. I'm not condoning violence. What I'm saying is I understand why certain shit happens. I get it. I clearly get it. If, let's say that little boy had an older sister who was a couple years older and just a little bit bigger than that girl, it wouldn't have just been a slap. That little girl probably would have got attacked. And the fact that she got attacked, then what? Now the little girl gets in trouble. The bigger little girl would have gotten in trouble, would have got kicked out of school. Why? Because the other little girl's parents didn't teach her to keep her hands to herself, or grandparents, or brother or sister. Somebody didn't teach her shit. So my point is, y'all, if y'all have a kid that's out here bad as shit, understand that your kid's gonna go through some shit. And most likely, your kid's going to go through some shit because you didn't check them. It's what it is. It's what it is. I'm not even mad. I understand. Somebody's going to teach your kid a lesson. And usually, it's life that intervenes. So, your kid want to slap somebody, and somebody jump on them, somebody hit him with a bat, a stick, whatever. I'm not condoning that. But if it happens, understand, you could have prevented this whole thing. You could have stepped in and taught your kid something, male or female, and whether that be 8 years old or 20 years old. You didn't teach your kid a lesson. When the time comes for them to learn this lesson, you better hope like hell you've talked to them, because the time will come. It may be an officer. It may be Susie, Jenny from next door. It could be Jacob's son right across the street. You just never know. But somebody's going to teach your kid a lesson. If you don't want your kid getting hit like that little girl, if you don't want your kid getting slapped by somebody, teach your kid a lesson. Teach your kid. Don't go out here being a bully. Now, if somebody starts a fight, I expect you to finish the fight. I expect you to end the fight. But do not go out here putting your hands on people. If I find out you put your hands on somebody first, it's going to be a problem. There are some rules to that, but we're not talking about that. My point is, y'all need to teach y'all's kids something. There's too many badass kids out here. There's way too many badass kids out here. I'm seeing kids that are disrespecting adults. I mean, clearly will get in an adult's face and talk crazy to an adult. And when this adult fires on them or slaps them or pulls off a belt or even a shoe, the parent to the kid wants to get mad at the adult as if the adult was out of line. Now, I get if the adult was on bullshit and then the kid defended themselves. I understand that. But even then, if you teach your kid respect and your kid would understand, walk away. Don't get in Mr. Jacob's face, because there's a possibility you're going to disrespect Mr. Jacob and you're going to make your parents look bad. Have some respect for your elders. It doesn't matter if they're disrespectful or not. Have some respect for your elders, because it's going to make your parents look like shit. Take your ass home and go tell your mom or your dad, and let your mom and dad come back and handle Mr. Jacob. You get what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't understand that. Some of y'all are allowing y'all's kids to be out of hand. And that's the reason some of y'all's kids is getting fucked up. Again, I don't condone the fuckery, but I see the fuckery and I understand what follows the fuckery. What follows the fuckery is if I punch you and you punch me back, hee ha ha. It's all fun and games till the rabbit got the gun, right? Stop it. Y'all need to stop it. Y'all need to watch these kids. Y'all need to get y'all's kids under control, because I'm not letting no little boy put his hands on my daughter. I'm going to go check this little boy and I'm going to tell him, take me to your daddy. Take me to your daddy, because your daddy can get the ass whooping that your ass should have got. So take me to your dad, or keep your fucking hands to yourself. Excuse my language, but I truly believe everybody ain't going to sit back and just let that shit happen. So watch your kids. Get your kids before somebody else get them. And until next time, have a good night.
They are so full of the cap, man.